Hi, welcome to the channel, FIFA Mobile. Alright, better spend your heroes points and super score before they are gone because the event's going to end soon and there'll be no more refund in kind. So hopefully you can spend all. In this exchange you managed to get 2 million, so make sure you do that. And of course the rest of the heroes journey 23 exchanges, I think not worth it, so don't worry about that. If you have this UCL points and the past points, you can use it to exchange, but it's very poor exchange rate. It's just 1 for 1, right? So that's ridiculous, but nonetheless, I mean, there's no way to spend those points. Just go ahead. So in this heroes journey, if you could claim all the heroes and sell in the market, currently they are hot in the market, easily fetch 100 over 1,000 to 200,000 each, so please go and do so. Because once the whole event is over, I'm not too sure whether people will still wanting these players at all. I've sold the whole lot of these players from my team. Apparently made about 10 million in total, because I really have tons of them from day one to now, which I really didn't think of selling. If you're surprised, I mean, you may be having like what, 100 of them? I don't know. So please go ahead and claim all these players and eventually sell in the market. So in terms of the phase 5, you're like me, we already completed, then you should work on phase 4. If you have also, like me, completed all the phase 4, then work on phase 3, alright? Because there's no way you can spend this hero key, the points itself. You're going to change your hero key, so that's the balance. So I'm going to change everything in a hero key so that we could just spend them, alright? Go into unlock any hero, it doesn't matter, there's no need to choose, just unlock, and then go ahead and do the skill games and the matches, not for the player but for the rewards itself. So simple skill games you can do, you earn a bit, I mean, you know, 50,000, or even you play that match itself, you earn some hero points, and then of course then you can exchange for another player, and that'll be worth like 200,000. So not too bad. I mean, generally you could easily earn I would say 600 to 700,000 if you finish the whole string of skill games and matches, or even more, maybe 1 million. So it's not too bad. Generally I thought just go ahead and do what is necessary, because otherwise it all goes to waste. At the same time, you'll fulfill the quest for the shapeshifter. Make sure you have a shapeshifter player in your lineup. I've done a video buying best, I think it's the best buy. It's 18.8 million then, I'm not too sure how much it is now, but apparently it's a very good CAM, and I've sold for keen for a profit in a way, because I sold about 20 odd million and this only 18 million. So definitely I think it's the best buy, given the fact that it's a free player for those that pay to win. So grabbing it from a market is relatively easy, because there are many people that are pay to win that are willing to sell it for cheap price. So please go ahead and do that. And of course, meanwhile, I'm just trying to my best to fit in the players required by the hero's journey phase 3. You saw the hero just now, I've unlocked, so I'm just going to hunt for the required player. But at the same time, I was interesting to find the players that I have. Yes, I think this is the number of players I have currently in stock that I just claimed. You can see easily near to 200,000 each. That will make you probably a few million richer if you have a lot of them. So like me, I mean, I already claimed like 10 million earlier in a previous video. I'm going to claim another probably 1 or 2 million today, just from these players. I think it's fantastic. I mean, it's generally where to find opportunity to make money like this, given the fact that probably EA knows this is a money mine. They're going to shut it down, so eventually you're going to pay to win, but that's not going to help, because there's no way you're going to pay a single cent. Just it doesn't matter. I mean, we don't get those new players or higher OVL players. That's perfect. We just play as usual. So with that, I think easily sold. You can see once end is easily sold, and that's out. Alright, so just at the same time, along the way you get lots of these 80 plus OVR players. You can sell to the market as well. You can see just left with 2 more players pending to be sold, definitely sold before the end of this video. Right, so that's the amount we've accumulated so far. In terms of phase 3, the match for this first player, or the first hero, nothing is shut about. I mean, it's just Uber Eats players, and of course you got to get some of the required nations as well. So you can see, all right, so Ghana player and 2 obits for a start. If you have 4 obits, go ahead and put it in. Ghana player likewise, just go ahead. I mean, very soon they require more, and but I think in total, I think 8 numbers of that Uber Eats and probably Ghana, but 4, I believe. Yeah. So if you have those players, go ahead. If not, you can buy cheap from a market. Just set the overall limit or maximum to 69. So you're getting a player for a few thousand each. So you're at max be spending like what, less than 20,000, and then you earn those few 100,000 to a million by playing the Hero's Journey. All right. So that's gonna, and I already have a good few numbers. I think that's good enough. I'm not gonna buy any. I'm just gonna fit in required player, and I think we're good to go. So I'm gonna swap out one and for one of these players. So eventually I just need 4, which I have more than it, so perfectly fine. Of course, duplicate players can be put in a lineup. That's for sure. That's common sense. So let's go ahead and play that match yourself. It's relatively easy. 67 OVR, what you expect. Alright, so after that, I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm going to show you this part whereby you're going to switch in your lineup, subs in, so you can get still your best player on the field. Alright, so with that, I think we score like what, 6-0? I think, yeah, 6-0. And I think we are good to go. So that's the end of the simple match. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of the matches. They're relatively simple. Probably at the last one take a bit of effort. The rest I think you can autoplay. You don't be bothered. Just let the system play by its own. I think that's perfectly fine. So with that, you also fulfill your UCL daily quests, and of course a shapeshifter as well. If you have not completed those tackles or with a shapeshifter player in the lineup, this is the one you can go for. Change for another one since we got some points there, and again, like I said, easily sold. You can see the 2 orders are waiting for collection of money. Like I said, this is not tough, but it's just time consuming, but just do it autoplay. I think that's perfectly fine. You can watch your TV and autoplay it. I think that's perfectly fine as well. So that's sold, and I believe this one, the left one, the one and only will be sold very fast. So that's the end for the Hero's Journey. Quite unfortunate. I was hoping for a phase 6, keeping all those players for it, but unfortunately it doesn't help. If you're thinking of whether should you be doing the exchange for the 107, do not do that because it's not worth it. I'd rather sell the players, the Hero's Journey players. I think definitely worth more. You need 20 numbers of those Hero's Journeys, so I mean, not 85 and above for exchange for a player. That's only worth like what, 3 million or so. Don't waste that, because after tax is nothing, and only the fact that you'll be losing it because you're going to buy the required players. If you could break it up by selling all the players that it fits into exchange, I think you're worth more. So do not do any more exchange because no one is going after them. The fact that the OVR now has reached 112 for a player, people are all rushing to buy those 112 and 111. No one bothers about the 107 unless you're talking about the 110 OVR Hero's Journey. Then of course, yes, that could make you a bit of profit dependent whether you have the required players for the exchange for sure. Always do this. Check your my players and markets mode so that you can sell the required players in the market. Price will drop drastically because as you progress, OVR get higher and higher. Anything that's below 100 is totally worthless in a way. So if you could sell it, I'm thinking of selling this 88 RB, RM actually. But unfortunately, I think I do not have sufficient players required for this. So I'm TOT W, I think Team of the Week players, because they are required to fulfill the requirement. So I'm just wondering how best I could go about it. But of course, I could just keep it. See my lineup. This is a lineup required 6 numbers, so they can play a match for a TOTW. But I can't sell it because there isn't any extra players that I have. Unless I get another one, probably I'll swap him out to be sold. Otherwise, I'll just keep it for the moment because once I sell, I can't fulfill that requirement. So that's the things we're going to do. Alright, so again, it's sold. So all the players has been sold so far. And I think we're progressing again to accumulate millions. I mean, I've previously spent about what, 50 odd million for a goalkeeper 109 and a CB Timber 110. That, of course, I sold my old Goki and CB for exchange. Right, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Good luck. Goodbye.